I guess we are back, technically, US Grand Prix, as I said. It's Tier 3, Round 4 of the Season 3 Championship. I just saw Fallen Monkeys there, corner of my eye, going wide, and his qualifying session is over. Let me just get the track map and everything set up here. It's a very rainy qualifying so far. It's going to get worse soon, actually. I had a quick look at the weather graph from Fallen Monkey's screen, who's sitting next close. Oh, that's dangerous from the DAV. But yeah, it's a very wet qualifying. We're going to see all these guys slipping and sliding there for the next little bit, I do think. And Carter, a lot of the usual faces missing this weekend. We have a couple of reserve drivers and 14 drivers making it to today's race. What should we be on the lookout for in this Grand Prix?
I mean, I don't think the scenario could have gotten any worse for these guys. I mean, USA already by itself is a pretty difficult track, especially through the first sector, but now heavy rain and the possibility of it getting worse, these guys got their work, they've got their work cut out for them, that's for sure. But as you said, yeah, a lot of these guys, a lot of the main contenders, as you will, but most notably the championship leader, Mivako, he's not participating in this race. So this is a good opportunity for Estunik, who is 33 points behind him, to really gain some ground on the championship leader.
Mivako is in the race, I believe, but second and third place are not. I think Marksmello, last week's winner, Marksmello, is not in the race. And if I'm pulling up the standings right here, so the top two are in the race. Top three are in the race, actually, but Marksmello is not in here. Synchros has moved up to Tier 2, so there is a little bit of a shakeup in who's here. But regardless of that, we should have quite an interesting race coming, especially with this qualifying session. That's definitely going to shake up the grid. With the rain, it's a lot harder to get not only just a decent lap, but a lap representative of your pace down, because it's so easy to just go off the line or maybe get impeded by somebody who himself is off the line.
I was just on board with Cozy. Just the shot of the front straightaway, you could hardly see turn.
Oh, it seems your mic cut out mid-sentence there, but yeah, it's so damp, and visibility is very poor here. Actually, Cozy spinning it around there. I was wondering why he wasn't coming through our camera shot there, but yeah, it's because he was facing the wrong way down the track. But that Red Bull, he got the Red Bull going again, kept it out of the wall, which is good for him, for sure. And it looks like he is now facing the right way. Only, let's see, as I say that, 8 laps set. Looks like the 151s are the target currently. Azen in that McLaren setting that. A lot of 152s there. Then Scar Logan with a 154 in the Haas. Still a couple of drivers who haven't set a lap time here. Are we expecting these lap times to go down?
It all depends on the weather forecast, and you mentioned earlier, somehow, I can't imagine how it would get worse, but I think it's a combination of them kind of getting to grips with it, with the wet weather conditions. I think you might start to see the lap times improve just a little bit.
It's definitely a possibility. It did look like this rain was getting worse. I think it has gotten worse already, so it should hopefully be on the swing up at this point. As the cars keep driving on this track, and as long as the heat that they put out can kind of offset the rain that's actually falling, I think we should be hopefully seeing some times improve towards the end of qualifying. Now, let's see, there's 9 minutes left. We're halfway through the session here. A lot of our championship leaders here, I don't think really are near where they want to be in terms of track position. Estunik is in third. I'm sure he'll be happy about that, but Mivako not setting a lap time yet. He's dead last so far, but technically 10th. And Bilton Matt in fourth. He wants to get himself ahead of Estunik for sure.
Yeah, and F1 Richie's actually sitting in a great place. He's second, and I mean, let's not forget about Azen. He sits 8th in the championship. I mean, what a confidence booster this must be if he's able to hang on to a pole position, a maiden one, in fact, for his ISRL career.
Yeah, absolutely. And these wet races, they always kind of bring in the fun there. They throw the lobby up and around, and not everybody prepares for wet races in terms of their setup. Of course, everyone's, I'm sure, has raced in the rain here before. But I personally, I usually don't spend too much time practicing with a wet setup. In my weekly practice, I can't imagine a lot of these guys do either. So in the wet, especially during qualifying, when it's just for a little bit of the whole race weekend, it can kind of start to play some tricks on some people, put them higher up the grid than they should be, quote unquote. And when the race starts, they start dropping back, and then that's what creates that drama and that excitement in the midfield.
Exactly. You mentioned, well, I mean, the breadth of that, you kind of hope that they don't just fall back. They're able to show some of their talent at the same time. But I think we all are looking forward to some good battles. So we'll just have to see what happens. But Azen's really looking good right now. He's nearly 7/10 up on F1 Richie.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a, I don't know if this is a scrap. I don't know if they're both on flying laps, but it looks like there's Joseph Cozy and ISRL Ix almost racing here in qualifying. I don't know if Ix caught up to Joseph Cozy on a hot lap, but it looks like he's going to the pits now, whereas Joseph Cozy is going to keep going on track here. And so it looks like they just maybe crossed paths. I think he's starting his flying lap right now. Or at least one of them. Oh no, he's slowing down. So 2:02 for Joseph Cozy. He's way off the pace so far.
Yeah, he had a couple of tail spins on his lap. Here comes my Vaco, only 8. And that's to your point. Some of the guys are out of position in terms of the pace that we know that they have. So
yeah, at the very least, the Alfa Romeos pairing up together here in the middle of the standing, 7th and 8th for the Italian-based team. Everyone else seems to be either without a teammate or far from their teammate. I mean, Azen's teammate isn't here. He does have a replacement in Krago82, who seems to be doing pretty well for himself in 10th. But Azen out on an outlap right here. By far the fastest time, 7/10 up on his closest rival. Can he beat it right here?
It's all going to be it's going to be how much did he learn on that first lap. You know, not only grab pole, huge confidence booster.
I do apologize for the stream for the image cutting out for a second. I'm just accepting a friend request from a reserve driver who's trying to still get in here a little bit at the last minute. All right, we should be good now. Sorry, Card, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine. It's just trying to find those 1 or 2 corners where there's maybe another 10th or 2 in there for Azen at this point. But showing that he's 7/10 up on the next closest guy has got to be a good sign.
Yeah, so there's a yellow flag in sector. I believe that's one of the Alfa Romeos. It is. So even on their in-laps here, the track is so damp, it's so greasy that they're just spinning out without even pushing the car too much. Obviously, with these cars, it can kind of affect it if you're going too slow and you decide to hit the power in, let's say, a puddle or something because the downforce isn't activated. It's not pushing the car onto the track, so it's a little bit easier for that rear end to spin around, but not something you want to do. And I think he's going out for another lap here. Yeah, or so not going in after that spin on his out lap. I think he's just going to go for it, so hopefully he didn't damage the tires too much there.
It was an AlphaTauri and a Ferrari getting pretty close together. They're going down the back straight. They seem to separate a little bit. I saw a yellow flag. Hopefully no infringement.
Believe that must have been the Renault of Nadav just giving way to Hartman. So nothing to worry about there. Chilmo is catching up to one of the Ferraris, though. I believe that's F1 Richie. Actually, he's the only Ferrari here right now. Is F1 Richie on a hot lap? No, he's on an invalidated lap. So hopefully it doesn't impede Chilmo. Chilmo looking to bounce back here. He's had a tough season so far, But Stunik in our chat says, y'all want to give the deck a shout out into turn 1, of course, making a reference to the Season 2 race here in where the deck missed his braking zone, but that incident actually didn't end up as bad as we've seen people missing their braking zone to turn 1. So, but still, it was a memorable one, which is why you'll still see drivers referencing it next season down the line here. Lewis says, nice info and stuff. Just one small thing. Alpha is Swiss-based, I think. Lewis, I believe Alfa Romeo, the brand, is Swiss-based, but the team is based in Italy. Vice versa. I know there's some Italian in Alfa Romeo, though, because they started off very closely tied to Ferrari. Stunik says he's quite happy. He's in P4, so he might want to improve that before he starts shouting out happiness there.
It's Scarlo. He's got to be pretty happy. He just went and put up a 154, a 150 point, and now Aizen goes even faster, 150, nearly flat.
Yeah.
Look, almost, or yeah, 4/10 still ahead of the next person. Bilton Matt, 151.0.
Yeah, Klumberg says they are Italian. That's what I thought. But yeah, I think they do have some Swiss roots as well, don't they? Because what Lewis is saying there is ringing a bell. However, yeah, you were mentioning Aizen going much faster, almost breaking into the 149s there. So the track evolution is in favor of the drivers here, as I think the rain has subsided just a little bit here from maybe halfway through the session, when on the weather radar we actually saw a thunderstorm icon, which is very rare to see. So so it is. Lewis wasn't wrong. It's Sauber. Sauber is Swiss, but Alfa Romeo is Italian, and so they were originally based out of Italy. I assume their factory must be based out of Switzerland now, or something like that. But before I spread some more false information there, I'm just gonna keep talking about the qualifying session we have ahead of us. Bilton Matt looking to improve his time. He's on a. Is this a hot lap for Bilton Matt? It must be.
He just set that time. I know F1 Richie just jumped to 3rd.
Yeah, Bilton Matt, 3/10 down on his time, so he's looking primed to pass F1 Richie already. Depending on how much time he can gain in this last sector. The problem for Bilton Matt was, though, he was stuck behind one of the Renaults of Nadav, but he's gone past him now there as he's been let by, and into the sweeping right-hander. Trying not to let that rear end slide onto the wet portion of the track, and oh, there goes the Renault in the back. Nadav not going to be able to set a lap time there, as he's sliding all over the place. His car not agreeing with the wet conditions. Bilton Matt, though, goes second fastest, 150.1. So yeah, he gained a lot of time in that last sector, because he was looking at setting a a high 150. He's gone all the way on the opposite end with a 150.133. Great lap from the Williams there.
Yeah, it was a great lap. I've actually been watching my Vaco. He's been out on the track
tuned into Hartman there right as he hit the wall. I think he got loose coming out of that last corner and smashed into the inside pit wall there. Out of the way for everybody else, and thankfully there is no red flags here in qualifying, so nobody's going to get their lap ruined by this. Mo's going to cross the line here, and not going to improve his time. He does have just a little bit of time to go, though. Maybe he is starting his time now. Craigo goes 6th fastest as he improves by 3 seconds on his old time.
Really good lap.
Yeah, very good lap from Craigo.
Yeah,
Stunik
I was saying my
on
Vaco,
and out lap.
My Vaco, I think he's done, 5 laps, and he's spun almost every time, but he finally got that good lap, and he jumped himself back up to pole.
Absolutely. It does say time remaining 2:30. And that qualifying's over, but I do think a student might have crossed the line in time here.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to get one more in. And Scarlo's on an out lap. I don't think he might be able to get one more. But Aizen is looking good at the moment. It only looks like we've just got a couple of cars left. complete their time. Cozy just finished his lap. He was staying 11th.
F1 Richie, he's already done his lap. Irish New Potato, as we saw somebody in the grass there, he's coming across the line here. This is his first flying lap, and it's a fast one, actually. Look at this. He's going to cross the line. He's going to go P1.
I didn't even see Bilton Matt go into first with a 149, but, I mean, he just said, I'll do a 148.
Yeah, this track is improving super fast here. And now it's all eyes on Estunik, who's, I guess, really one of the likely challengers here. So
yeah, this is timed perfectly for Estunik.
Is he up on his time, though? I'm not sure. There's a Alfa Romeo that's going very slow on the inside there, letting a lot of people by.
Completely stopped on the inside. Oh, Estunik.
Oh, big moment. That's going to cost him there. He saves it, but how much time is going to cost him? It's going to cost him too much time there. He's going to cross the line. He is going to improve his time. But, oh, man, what could have been? Yeah. What could have been there for Estunik as he just too eager on the throttle coming out of that last corner. And just spinning the wheels there. That's very unfortunate.
That was a good 6/10 there, I'd have to say, that he lost.
Yeah, Scar Logan he's not on a hot lap for sure. Joseph Cozy's done. I believe everyone's done here, so this may be the final qualifying order here. Irish New Potato, Bilton Matt on the front row here. Then Azen, Scar Logan, second row, Mivako, F1 Richie, fifth and sixth is Estunik. He is going to be looking to gain some positions during the race. He's seventh, Craigo, reserve driver, in eighth. And then ISRL X in ninth, Catastrophic rounding out the top 10.
I think there's an issue.
No, we've had this for a little bit here every week. Because our countdown is earlier than the driver's countdown. There's actually 5 seconds left in their countdown. I have Fallen Monkey's screen right next to me. And there you go, yeah. So we just had to wait for the driver's countdown to stop finishing. It was like this in F1 2019 as well. There is a significant delay between the countdown the announcers, the commentators get, or spectators get, and the countdown that the drivers get for some reason. And I want to say I believe it. It may just be because commentators and spectators kind of get put into the session right away, so I assume their session timer starts earlier, whereas the drivers get it once everybody has selected their tires, so it may just contribute to that gap just a little bit. But yeah, we're going to get started here for the U.S. Grand Prix Tier 3, Season 3. Irish New Potato, Bilton Matt, Azen, Scarlo, Mivako, F1 Richie, Estunik, Craigo, Ix, and Catastrophic are your top 10. Two drivers did not set a lap time in qualifying. Fallen Monkeys collecting that inside pit wall that we saw Hartman hit early in the session, and Nadav just not able to get a lap time together, combined with at least one crash there towards the end where he lost his front wing. Luckily, stayed in the session, but there was not enough time to set another lap. 19 viewers on the stream. Thank you everybody for tuning in as we get started in what appears to be a very bright and sunny U.S. Grand Prix.
Sky.
So complete 180 from the qualifying session here. Kloonberg saying it's actually because of who's host, and I am the host right now, so that would explain everything. Which is kind of a ridiculous glitch to have. Looking at the tire strategies and at the weather here for the session, it looks like it's going to be either a one-stop soft to medium or a two-stop soft medium. Of course, some drivers may be electing to pit a little bit earlier on to the hard tires. Looks like, just judging from the weather radar, it's going to be a clear session all the way through. Some clouds coming in towards the middle of this race, but nothing, no rain threat. We're probably not going to see any delays like that. first of 28 laps here, formation lap getting started. Bilton Matt, Astunik says Bilton Matt readied up, but Astunik, we haven't assigned a ready up driver yet for this tier, so he's not going to get penalized.
Hopefully he'll have that in the back of his head for the next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't want a nonsensical penalty.
As they get started on the formation lap, readying up their tires, getting that heat in. The two Red Bulls starting close to each other in 11 and 12. Is that something that maybe is going to affect the race as a whole there? These guys fighting on the same strategy.
Well, it most definitely could, and what I do find surprising about that is that both Hartman and Cozy both selected soft tires. They had the free choice of tires, the first of the drivers with that ability, but they still opted for soft, so we're going to keep an eye out on their strategy, see how it works for sure, but catastrophic, I think, is going to be their first target on the medium tires.
And Joseph Cozy getting disqualified. It looks like the Renault of Nadav may have made contact with them. Didn't see what happened there. Luckily for them, though, that just means less temperatures in their tires at the start. No actual damage or anything on the formation lap. It's purely just to get the car ready and get everything sorted. Chris is asking, can Mivako increase his lead in the championship today? He can. It can also shrink, though, because Bilton Matt and Astunik, his two closest rivals, are indeed in this race, and actually both of them starting either close or ahead of him. So Mivako is going to have his hands full here. As they're getting towards the end of the formation lap there, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what Mivako can do starting from 5th place on the grid.
Yeah, and he's going to want to get a move on, especially with the tire advantage on Stunik.
Yeah, let's pull out actually the tire data real quick. And looks like, yeah, we've had a couple of guys going on the mediums. That's not a bad idea, including our leader, Irish New Potato. And then a couple of guys there, the 2nd to 5th is all on the soft tires. So they should get a good jump there on our first place contender. But here we are getting started. You can ignore those red lights on my screen, because the real ones are starting now. That's 3 red lights, 4, 5. And we are off in the USA, and it's a good start from basically
Scarlo.
everybody but Irish Nude Potato. Scar Logan already at the front. This is a bad time for the tire graphics. But, oh, there's some contact in the back. There's a lot of cars sideways. But Irish Nude Potato holds on to his lead. Scar Logan up into P2. Aizen P3. And it looks like the rest of this pack is getting through the S's more or less okay there. We've had Bilton Matt spinning out at the start. That's going to be disastrous for his championship hopes. Look in the back there. That's a student going down on Mivako. So he gets himself up into 5th place between the two Alfa Romeos. How long is that going to last, though? Because Mivako's going back at him and going into this turn onto this main straightaway. So he's going to have to tuck back here, and on the medium tires he's going to have to get a better run on the Alfa Romeo. And it's a mostly clean start from everybody except for Bilton Matt. Did you see what happened there?
He just got clipped. A Ferrari, I think it may have been F1 Rich, he too deep into turn 1 and clipped him.
Ix trying to make a move down Aizen. Aizen shutting the door. It looks like there was some contact there between the two, but he got away okay. There is a yellow flag in the back. I don't see anybody spinning out, but the two Alfa Romeos, they're already fighting each other as Mivako has cleared a Stunik, now trying to get a run at his teammate.
Yeah, and his teammate who's made up 5 spots, and we're still not done with the first lap.
Yeah, so Ix having a absolutely great start so far. In the back there, you saw Hartman thinking about making a move on Chill Mo, the Red Bull, trying to get past the sister team here. Both AlphaTauri running faster than the Red Bull so far, but of course, on equal performance, that doesn't matter too much. Nadav gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As we take a look towards the back of the field here, Seafold Monkey's just going a little bit wide, but the deck on the hard tires in the back nowhere close enough to make that count. Now on this track, with the track limits the way they are, I know you've had your fair share of struggles with them. As I see our leader here, Irish New Potato, taking a 3-second time penalty. They could play a very, very big role in this Grand Prix. We've seen a few people get disqualified even in our practice sessions just from taking too many penalties.
I really hope we don't see any disqualifications through this. As Nadal an issue with the pit lane. Gotten back going again, but I think that's the one thing that concerns me the most is someone getting disqualified off penalties.
Yeah, Scar Logan getting close to the Irish New Potato there down the main straightaway, but not close enough to make a move into turn 12. But into this turn 15 here, still not close enough. He's going to have to stay just that much closer, and he wants to get past Irish New Potato very soon because he has the tire advantage right now.
Yeah, and the longer he sticks behind him, ooh, New Potato goes wide, but the longer he sticks behind him, it just negates the effectiveness of the soft versus medium tire.
Yeah, as we see our predicted pit stop strategy, it looks like around lap 9 we should see some drivers coming in for their scheduled pit stops. But Scarlingen, oh, look at the run he gets through here. Is he going to be able to take a move even in the S's? No, I think he's going to have to stick behind. But
go side by side.
It's not close enough there for Scar Logan, and what this is letting is it's letting Aizen catch up.
Yeah, for sure, and he needs it again. He's on the same strategy as Scarlo and Mivako and Ix as well.
Absolutely. Mivako getting past his teammate somewhere in the back there, and now in 4th, looking at these guys. So Mivako just with a ton of pace here as Nadav leaves the session. I think he may have had an incident in turn 1 there. But
spin coming out of the final corner and just decided to leave.
Yeah. Well, that's leaving the session without retiring. That's going to be a penalty if he does keep racing, but judging by his race today, I don't think he's going to be wanting to do that anytime soon. Bad start, tough luck there from for the Renault driver. We're seeing her predicted pit stop strategy again. It really wants us to know today. Lap 11, 13 if you're doing a one-stop. Lap 9 or so if you're doing a one-stop. There is a battle going on in the pack here, as I caught that on the screen of Fallen Monkeys there. Chill Mo, Built and Matt, and Fallen Monkeys actually all going at it just a little bit there, and it looks like there was a move done, or at least attempted by Built and Matt into turn 15, but not able to get past the AlphaTauri. Catastrophic is getting close to Craigo. There's a couple of battles shaping up here through the field.
Oh, and yeah, and there's the first penalty for Mivako, I'm pretty sure. And Scarlo, I thought he ran wide a little bit, but as Stunek gets a penalty, we're starting to see it just flood in now. But here comes Aiden. He's starting to creep up on Scarlo for second.
Catastrophic getting past Craigo as the McLaren goes wide. We're going to tune back in to this battle at the front here as DRS is now open, and Irish New Potato doing a good job at getting some distance between himself and Scar Logan.
Yeah, I don't think he was able to get him out of DRS range, but probably the furthest it could have been, and still had it. Looks like Ix is making a move on Mivako.
Yeah, textbook move there from the Alfa Romeos. They're fighting, but they're fighting clean. This is what you want to see with your team. Obviously, you'd prefer to see them not fighting at all, but if they're going to fight... Oh, down the inside, thinks Mivako. But just barely clipped them there, just as I was talking about how nicely and how clean they were racing. A bit of a daring move from Mivako, 31-18, but he doesn't take out his teammate, and they're both still in the hunt. So maybe just cost him a couple of tenths, and that's it.
I think he probably got probably the best situation or the best outcome you probably would have hoped for. It's a risky dive into that corner. Look at all the penalties that just coming in 3 seconds after 3 seconds.
Yeah, staying clean is going to be crucial here in the later races. Chris is asking who's going to get the most penalties in Sector 1, and I don't think it's going to be a matter of who gets the most, but how many people are going to get enough to disqualify themselves in Sector 1.
Yeah. I could easily claim the title of me getting the most penalties in Sector 1.
Yeah, you're not even racing right now.
No, but I will be.
As New Potato almost getting Scarlo out of his DRS range, but what this is doing, they're both using up all of their ERS, and Aizen is right behind them. The two Alfa Romeos are still fighting.
Let's go see if Mvako can get it done this time. X is going to stay on the outside though. Give him credit, but that's a nice move on Mvako.
Oh, down the inside. They're still side by side, and that's absolutely daring from Ix. Not sure if that was a well-advised move on his teammate. It's going to cost them both more time, but neither of them have wrecked so far. So Mivako probably just hoping Ix leaves them alone here, says, hey man, I got a championship to go win, and you're stopping me from catching up to these guys ahead.
Oh, but this is the fun in the sport. You know, they're teammates. They want to go after it with each other. It looks like Mivako is now starting to pull away just a little bit. Ix did get DRS, but we'll see how that turns out. Aizen still battling with Scarlo for that second spot. And you mentioned it, Irish New Potato is doing a fantastic job of putting some space between him and Scarlo on the slower time.
Looks like there was a couple of moves being done in the back end of the field here, building that on Hartman Esports ahead of the S's. That's crucial. You don't want to be stuck behind a car through there. F1 Richie, however, he wasn't able to get it done before the S's. He's still stuck behind Craigo 82.
Yeah, and it's so crucial to get the right line through the S's, because even just a little dip of the tire too far out, it's a warning almost.
Oh, there goes down the inside Joseph Cozy, making a very oh no! And Joseph Cozy making an absolutely great move on the Ferrari of F1 Richie out of nowhere, but coming out of the corner, I don't know if they touched wheels or if he just cooked the tires too much, but around he goes, and he's going to lose all that hard work.
Oh. I didn't quite catch it. Was it,
coming out of the corner, it looks like Joseph Cozy just accelerating just a little bit too wide, and he made contact with the Ferrari that was on the outside of him, and around he goes.
Yeah, I think... Oh, there's another yellow flag. Oh, is that Bilton Matt? It is Bilton Matt.
It is, yeah.
And there's a safety car. I was just about to say that's the exact thing that Cozy needed. The safety
and
car.
And who's gonna dive into the pits here? All of our leaders have passed the pits. Scar Logan with the absolutely clutch move there of diving into the pits. That's gonna help him tremendously because Fallen Monkey's thinking better of going into the pit there. A bit of a Lewis Hamilton situation there, where he's going in and then he wasn't so sure.
And you see these penalties coming up under safety car. This is the last time that you want to have penalties. That's a F1 Richie gets a 5-second penalty for a collision under safety car with Scarlo.
I did not see what happened there. Must have just been some slight touching. I don't see any of the cars around, no debris on the track. But this safety car is absolutely going to throw a ratchet into this race, into these tire strategies. And let's pull out the details here. For, well, who's pit, first of all? The top 6 have not pitted. Scar Logan has pitted out of 2nd place. And then the rest of the top 10 hasn't pitted. And then after that, they've all pitted. So it looks like maybe Scar Logan was going to pit anyways that lap. And then he pitted as the safety car came out. Because,
real lucky.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have opting not to pit.
And it's gonna be interesting to see if they're still following a delta or not. How much time Scarlo can, or how much he can push on this.
They are, because the safety car has not collected the leader yet, so everybody is essentially neutralized.
Yep.
But because of the speed difference under safety car, and like as you can see, he's rounding up the final corners here. He should be able to get ahead of these guys, I would think.
He's stuck behind F1 Richie. He's going through... the corner numbers. Blanking on me. But
that would be turn 19.
19. Yeah, thank you. It's Ix, Mivako, Azen, Irish New Potato, who puts on the hard tires, looking to go to the end of the
And
race.
yeah, they're in
so
the
does
pits now. They're
Mivako.
coming out of the pits. Is he going to get past it? They're pushing hard.
I think
If I'm Scar Logan at this point, I go into the negative deltas and then I slow down after. Ix got disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. What's happened here?
No. What?
Did he go past the safety car?
I
think he might have gone past the safety car here.
But then it couldn't have been on purpose. I mean, I can't imagine he would have done that, you know, knowingly. Or, I mean, you know, sometimes the game tells you to pass the safety car, but if he was the first car out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't speeding. That just gives you a drive-through. The only way I think you can get disqualified under safety car is if you go past it. He was the leader at that point in time because he did not pit. And I think maybe going up to the safety car, he thought he could pass it and he wasn't able to. And I'm getting some thumbs up from Fallen Monkeys there saying that is indeed what happened, as he was in a party with ISRL X. And yeah, so he passed the safety car, immediately gets disqualified because the timer that you get to drop back behind the safety car is incredibly small.
That's incredibly unfortunate. I mean, the leader coming out of the cycle of pit stops to immediately disqualify. That's gotta hurt for Ix and his championship hopes, trying to catch up to the rest of his competitors.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, he had high hopes going into the session.
Did Estunik not pit? He is the leader. I didn't even notice he's the leader of the race.
Well, he started on the medium tires. They're still good to last for quite a while. Remember, a one-stop medium to soft or soft to medium is a possibility here if you manage your tires well. So, as you can see, the first pit window opening there, a little bit overlapped with our track map graphic, but it is the way it is. And yeah, Estunik not having pit yet, he is the de facto leader here because he doesn't have to pit for at least another 10 laps.
Yeah, they usually fall off at around 17, 18. Probably even you could stretch it to maybe 20. But I think he's looking good. He's just got to be careful here on this restart. We've seen already Irish Potato, but he's got great pace, just even on the medium tire. But we'll have to see how he is on the hard tire.
Azulada asking, how did Scar Logan pass F1 Richie under safety car? He did get past him, did he? But I have a feeling F1 Richie may have gone wide there or slowed down. You are allowed to pass people if they go off track there, so you're not stuck behind them in case of an accident. So that maybe is what happened, and then the game did not ask Scar Logan to give the position back. Sometimes it does happen, and the drivers kind of agree between each other to give it back on the restart because they don't want to risk a penalty under safety car. But it's also possible that F1 Richie just let him by knowing that Scar Logan was on the better strategy, although I find that one a little bit harder to believe.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think, you know, it's kind of like, you know, okay, I got away with it. It's not telling me to give it back, so, you know.
I'll keep it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a driver. You want every position you can, and safety car is in this lap. So let's get our camera pointed to our leader. Estunik is going to be controlling the restart here. And what kind of restart is he going to go for? Is he just going to drag them slowly all the way to the line, or is he going to try to get them by surprise here and stop on throttle? You know, as soon as the safety car dives into the pits.
If I were him, I'd try and sneak it, try and catch him down there a little bit. It's an interesting restart zone though. It's a short little straightaway that they're about to turn into here, and then it's immediately the front straightaway. So it's not a lot of time to try and catch him napping. But I think he's gonna wait until now, and he's gonna sprint off into turn one, and we are back racing.
And yeah, so there he goes. Scar Logan getting past Nude Potato as well there in the back, as we can see. Great job from the Haas driver to just barely be on top of that restart. And here goes Irish Nude Potato trying to catch up there. And oh, he's going to spin. He spins his tires coming out of turn turn 1, and around he goes, Irish Potatoes, and he gets a big load of front wing damage, and that's going to be the end of his winning bid there, I think, because down the order he goes, and that promotes Scar Logan and F1 Richie into P2, P3.
And look at the lead that the student got. He got an incredible jump on Irish New Potato, but yeah, just too eager on the throttle. You know, it'll especially at this track, it'll catch you out.
Vito asking, is it weird saying the word potato while watching F1 cars go 300? I would say that it's a bit weirder saying it's Irish and nude while watching F1 cars going 300 as Aizen goes for a move down F1 Richie. That was pretty well done, almost over before the corner here.
And now Scarlo with the fresher set of mediums. Gonna look and keep an eye on that flat. Bilton Matt's trying to get a good recovery drive after starting, I think, second. Falling back after an earlier crash.
Bilton Matt, yeah, and he is the one that caused the safety car. Not only is he very lucky that he caused the safety car with that crash, but he's lucky that he did it close to the pits, because it let, as he goes very wide there, it let him rejoin the race, pit, get a new front wing, and then not lose too many positions. He's already into P11. Oh, I didn't see that with the angle I had, but Cozy with a huge dive down the inside, and I was riding on board with Bilton Matt, and all of a sudden there was just Red Bull all over the screen.
Yep, the sister car overtaking the or I'm sorry, I'm used to white being AlphaTauri, but the Williams of Bilton Matt, I mean, just absolutely just taken by surprise.
Yeah, Joseph Cozy actually already closing in the gap to the cars ahead too. And as we look in front, there goes Chilmo down the inside of Craigo. That's a nice move from Chilmo.
Yep, and a good confidence booster for him, looking to get some good points after a
frustrating start. It's not done yet though, as it looks like Craigo with just that much more ERS, and by that much more, I mean Chilmo doesn't have any left, and Craigo has some. Oh, but Chilmo goes down the inside again. No ERS doesn't matter. He's gonna send it, and he sends it. Down the inside goes Chilmo into 9th place one more time.
And you mentioned when Cozy was catching up to this pack right here, nearly had a look at Chilmo and Craigo going into that turn there. Couldn't quite
Bilton Matt with another moment.
Another issue. Oh my goodness.
Down he goes. This is just not his track. Every time it looks like he has pace and he's getting back and clawing his way back into the fight. Something else happens.
I think he's just praying for another safety car at this point. And I'm trying to remember the last time there was a lap with no penalties for any driver. It's almost it's like a minutely thing at this point. You see it almost, you know, every single lap by at least 5 drivers. So being clean, as you mentioned, and there
goes Bilton Matt retiring in the pits.
Unfortunate for him from the front row to retirement.
Yeah, not the race he wanted. That's going to hurt his championship hopes, but it does help Mivako and Estunik.
Yep. And right now, Estunik he's done a great job of holding off Scarlo, but he is starting to catch up to him just a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more is one way of putting it. That gap going from well over a second to down to 2/10 here in the span of just a little bit. Now he's under pressure. I don't know if something happened to Estunik, but Scar Logan's all over the rear of him, and Aizen is all over the rear of Scar Logan. And going into turn 15 here is Scarlet. No, nobody's going to send one down the inside. It's a prime overtaken opportunity there, as you can really just kind of send it. And because you have to take such a wide line, oftentimes you're completely defenseless.
And we're watching this. Oh my goodness, Craigo Hartman, Jack, and Cozy. I mean, just absolutely nose to tail going through sector 2 and sector 3.
Yeah, 2 great battles here going on track. There goes Cozy down the inside of Craigo, and almost is Craigo on the way back there as they switch positions. Craigo back in front of the Red Bull, and into the pits goes Hartman, so he's going to pit for his last time today. I believe he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding, though. He doesn't want that. Stunek getting some distance between him and Scar Logan again. So whatever happened last lap, I think he must have fixed the issue because he's already back almost out of DRS range.
And again, it's crucial. They're on alternate strategies. He's got to play to his advantage in the strategy at this point. Irish Duke could take a new fastest lap of the race. Stunek probably has got another, I'd say, 5-6 laps before he's going to make his one and only pit stop. I think we're just going to see with Scarlo as well. I think definitely 20 laps.
There goes Scar Logan trying to go around the outside. Can he get the switch back in? Looks like Stunek just better traction, but he's still going to try to force it around the outside, Scar Logan. Stunek doing a very good job at blocking that. And all this is doing is this is just giving Aizen a little bit more time to save ERS and breathe and save his tires, because he does have to pit much earlier than these two.
And even Mivako going to the end of the race on the hard tires, this is helping him right catch up too. But I think Mivako actually is in a really, really good position right now to try and climb back up into a podium place.
Absolutely. And as Scar Logan gets DRS, is he going to be able to make a move here? Looks down the inside. He is going for the move here. And there he goes. Gets it done there. But is Stunek not done fighting? He gets trying to get the better run around the outside. Not going to work. He picks up a time penalty somewhere along the way. And look how much he's closing in here. And that dirty air is just going to force him offline. And that's just going to give Scar Logan a nice run into clean air here.
Yeah, and now Stunek's got to be careful. He's got his hands full with Aizen now on these much fresher tires. The 5-lap we saw compared to 13.
Yeah, are Stunek's tires maybe starting to fall off the cliff here?
I think it might be starting to hit the cliff, and the second prime for Scarlo's medium tires. So just bad timing, I think, for Stunek.
Mivako as well. Look at that, already into this fight here. It didn't take them long to catch up to it, but they are fighting, and that's what happens. You end up costing yourself some time to the guy behind. And Stunek still, he's trying to attack Scar Logan. He's trying to fend off Aizen. That's not where you want to be at this stage in the race. You want to be able to, especially with his tires being as worn as they are, you want to be able to just be in clean air, getting some laps in. Taking care of your tires. You don't want to be fighting for position like this, much less the lead.
Yeah, and Aizen's probably getting really frustrated. He knows he's got the better tires. He's just stuck in a DRS train.
Aizen's gonna look down the inside. Oh, that's a very late move, and he gets squeezed out. But great driving from both of them to stay apart from each other. No contact there.
To see another day of Mivako's second penalty, so I think he's at 6 seconds for now. It's all going to come down to who has penalties and who has the most penalties. I think everyone's going to get a penalty by the end of this one.
Yeah, I see some battles going on in the back of the field here, but this one for the lead has definitely the biggest implications. But we're going down the straight with DRS open. For sure we're going to see a move here. The problem is that the guy ahead of you has DRS as well. So does the guy behind.
Yeah, you seem helpless, but now...
Ooh, there goes down the inside Aizen. And Mivako going at it. Mivako looks like he's going to get ahead of Aizen.
No, Aizen's going to fight back, though, but he's just going to run out of room.
No, he's in with the inside line. They're switching back and forth. Mivako going to go for the switchback. And look at the run Mivako gets. Getting behind Aizen. Not going to be able to get it around the outside. That hard tire just lacking the grip. But he does have that increased pace. He can get past all these guys. If he can just get past one of them, it seems, and almost getting to the back of Aizen there as he's going deep on the braking zone. Chris says, Nick, you sound like you're tired. Chris, it sounds like the one cup of coffee I had this morning has started to wear off. Might have to go for a little fill up between races here. In the back here, the deck Crago having a good battle, and Fallen Monkeys is under attack from Irish Snoop Potato. Is going to go down the inside of him, and that tire difference, that grip advantage, just no match for that plus DRS here, as Irish Potato starts his fight back up the field. Oh, there goes Monkey's having a problem there in the back, coming out of the last corner, but he's gotten the car pointed the right way. Just looks like he took a little bit of front wing damage. Joseph Cozy retiring from the session. What happened to Joseph Cozy? I think he got loose at the top of the hill. We're getting another safety car
now,
and yes, got loose at the top of the hill, and there goes the Red Bull.
Now, this has worked out perfectly, I think, for a Stunek. He's going to negate the time loss of a regular green flag pit stop. Everyone slowed down, get his pit stop done. But I think his problem is that everyone's pretty close together. I think probably come out behind at a spot, maybe. Have some more work to
Looks
do.
like Estunek's pitting, Scar Logan is pitting. Mivako is not. He's good to go to the end, but we knew that already.
Yeah,
looks like a lot of these top guys pitting. The soft tires are going to go on, so they got to last 11 laps now. And Estunek getting out. Did Estunek jump Scar Logan in the pits? I believe he did.
Scar Logan lost 2 places in the pits.
Long stop there from Scar Logan. Don't know if there's maybe a wing change involved, but he definitely got held up at least a little bit, because he's down into 4th.
Yeah, and with the Stunek on these soft tires, I gotta keep an eye on him for this restart. He's hungry for a win, but was that my fault? A drive-through penalty for a Stunek for speeding.
Oh no.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Well, there's the commentator's jinx, and then there's whatever that was.
Now, did he just get another one?
That might be the notification flashing twice there.
Really hope he didn't just get 2 drive-through penalties. But now he's going to have a mountain to climb to try and get back, because he can't do it under safety car. He's got to do it under green flag.
Yep.
He's going to lose so much time.
Absolutely. So that's kind of helped Mivako more than anybody there. Assuming his tires can make it to the end. Looking down the field here, let's take a look at our, I want interval, I want position change. Irish New Potato, of course, as we know, dropping the most places here, along with Bilton Matt, who's DNF'd, and Ix, who's disqualified, unfortunately, after passing that safety car. It looks like Mivako is Stunek gaining a lot of positions. A's and Scar Logan staying put where they are. That could still change. Catastrophic up 5, and then Jumbo and the Deck up 7 positions each. Not a bad race for the top 7 so far.
Yeah, really impressed with Jumbo. Catastrophic. They can hold it. Really, really good points for them when they really need it at this point.
We're getting the field bunched up here. Second safety car of the Grand Prix. Lap 18 out of 28. So there's a low. There goes Irish New Potato. What happened there?
He hit the pit
He hit the pit wall.
Oh my goodness. And so it's gone from really good to really bad to worse.
And Irish New Potato, yeah, he's hit the pit wall. He's gone wide when going into the pits, and he's hit the outside, the inside of that protective barrier there that separates the racetrack from the pit entrance.
Yeah, you really do have to slam on the brakes a good bit. It is a deceiving pit entrance. It's a sharper turn than it looks. He just obviously misjudged it, and that is his race done and dusted. Really, really disappointing day for Irish. Should be in this lap. All the monkeys get it.
Now, there has been a incident reported against ISRL X from Built and Matt there on lap 1. And so that may have been the reason why Built and Matt dropped down the order here. So could there be some post-race penalties coming after a DSQ for the Alfa Romeo?
I mean, just kicking him while he's down at this point. Last place, disqualified, was in the lead. Now you're going to throw a penalty on him as well. But safety car's coming in this lap. Real close together. Don't let him have any contact.
Sorry about that. I had to mute my mic very quickly there. I was about to launch into a sneeze, and I feel another one coming. And it's kind of just stuck there. But while I get my nostrils in order here, we are getting a safety car restart as Mivako gets around the before last corner, turn 19, and then around turn 20, he does accelerate, trying to get the Stunik caught out by surprise. The Stunik apparently having some drive-thrus, though we have had drivers getting flash penalties that didn't appear towards the end of the race. So we'll have to wait and see there if he does have to drive through it. But Mivako getting an excellent start ahead of everybody. And as Kloonberg says in the chat, it is indeed getting cloudy. No rain reported, but this should affect quite greatly the tire choices that some people have had. And I would not be surprised to see guys like Mivako struggling out here, and guys like Stunik and maybe even Catastrophic, who are on the softer tires, excelling as drivers start to struggle getting tire temps in their tires.
Mivako's in a bit of a bad situation here. He's on the hardest compounded tire. He's got a good bit of distance on him too. Everyone else is on fresh, much softer tires. Aizen down the inside of Scarlo, maybe he's just defending from Scarlo actually, keeps third. But Stunik is really starting to catch up now, to your point.
Yeah.
He's really starting to catch up to Mivako, but again, he's... Oh, and that's Scarlo! He's around!
That's some bad news from Scar Logan there as he gets his car sorted on the racetrack. Stunik, though, he's not ready to give up this battle with Mivako. He's still going at it, and he's trying to look for the pass. But yeah, Scar Logan all the way down. Does he have damage, maybe?
I think he was just too eager on the throttle.
Yeah, so Scar Logan lucky to get away with no damage. Oh, there goes the Stunik down the inside. Mivako goes deep on turn 1, and as Stunik jumps into the lead.
That was an amazing move by Stunik. He knew he was going to go wide, did the switchback perfectly, takes the lead. But now, when do you do your drive-through? Does he even have a drive-through? You know, and you kind of strategize when to do it. When's a good time?
Yeah, he has clean air now. He has the fastest tires, so his best bet right now, if he does indeed have a drive-through, is to build up a gap right now, push, and then serve your drive-through on the last lap that you can.
And then just look at you get lucky with maybe a safety car, you know, after the fact, or a full safety car after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but for right now, he's just got to push like crazy, get out of DRS range from or get Mivako out of his DRS range, and then just set sail and try and figure out when you can head into the pits.
And in the back there, it looks like everyone's kind of getting there. It's not as racy as I would have expected this late in the race. The gaps are starting to form already. And before DRS is even open, we're seeing quite a few drivers outside of DRS range of one another.
He's going to do it now.
And yeah, serving his drive-through now. This is a good call. Doing it after you've spread the field up a little bit. This should, if I'm correct, he should come out not last here. Yeah, he's going to be coming out right around Scar Logan.
I think he's going to be behind. He's going to be ahead of Fallen Monkeys. So.
Or very close to Fallen Monkeys, actually. Fallen Monkeys getting caught out by surprise. They're not expecting the AlphaTauri to be down his inside.
Got another already. already. It's Aizen and Catastrophic who's jumped into third, the deck into fourth. The two racing points absolutely out of nowhere in a great position right now. Aizen is starting to catch up to Mivako on a much fresher tires. Underneath, or it's under 3/10 now. It's starting to grow back up a little bit.
And Mivako's tires, they have grip for now. They could always fall down the cliff here later in the race. There's still 7 full laps to go. So, and look at how much they're closing in already. So maybe Mivako, that wasn't the best call to to not pit rather, and to get those free positions, because now he stands to lose all of them.
Yeah, and don't blink, but Catastrophic is within DRS range of Aizen. Catastrophic is looking for a podium. What a crazy result that would be for the Racing Point.
Depending on how quickly the tires. Oh, there goes Aizen, and Aizen down the inside, and Mivako's gonna have to do the switch. No, he's not. He's gonna try to stick it around the outside. Mivako with the inside line going into the S's, and he's gonna force his way in front. Great battling there from the two drivers, and Mivako stays ahead just for another little bit.
I think Catastrophic was starting to get a little bit excited. He saw two cars going side by side into the S's, thinking maybe I might get the lead of this race. But
yeah, as I was saying, depending on how quickly Mivako's tires fall off and how long Catastrophic's tires last, he is actually very, very much in contention for a win here.
That would be the upset of the season. Nobody expected it, and not as an insult, but you know, just no one saw it coming, and he's making it 8.
Exactly. Nobody has Catastrophic there, probably on their probable winners bingo card, but you might want to add him after this race. And as the sun is starting to come out through the clouds again, as I said, there wasn't really any risk of rain here. This might end up helping Mivako here, who's going to be able to get better temperature in those hard tires, because that's really where the struggle with the hards are, is just keeping them in that prime operating window for an extended period of time.
Did not have a good turn 19.
Nope. And I think we've seen it last lap. Aizen's going to try again. Mivako covering down the inside. Aizen's going to be forced to go around the outside, but he's much further ahead this time. And now he's going to have the inside line into the S's. But no, here comes Catastrophic around the outside. Mivako managing to stay ahead of both of them. But Catastrophic and Aizen, and they're side by side through the S's. It's a miracle they didn't wreck there.
How all these three cars are still going in the right direction. That was an amazing sequence.
And I'm equally impressed with Mivako staying ahead. He gave Aizen a big squeeze, not nearly as much respect on the outside there as Aizen gave him last lap when the positions were inverted. Aizen forced to go off track, and he did, I would say, lose a little bit there, but not to worry, because look, Aizen already down, back on the attack here. Gonna try around the outside again. Catastrophic seeing these two battle, and there's contact. No damage, I don't think. Catastrophic just thinking about when he can make a move. You can see him not on the throttle at all times as we're on board with him. He has to slow down much earlier than these guys because he doesn't want to be involved in their accident. If there's an accident. The way these two are battling right now, I think it's getting closer to a matter of when. But
it was almost just there.
Exactly.
Really. Look at how close these three are. And I think Aizen's in some trouble here. Catastrophic right on the back of him.
And here goes Catastrophic. And he gets it stopped before he gets into Mivako. Aizen, though, getting a much better exit and not able to get ahead of Catastrophic. So here, Catastrophic, after Aizen has spent the last 3 turns trying to make a pass for the lead, it's Catastrophic who gets ahead.
And now he's catching Mivako, and he is going to look for the win of this race, but he's got to hit his mark.
In the back there, Scar Logan already getting himself back up into P5. It leaves to wonder where he could have been without that spin.
Last time I saw him, he was down in 10th after the spin, like you just mentioned. But now, 3 cars cars in front, another DRS train. We've got a good bit of distance this time compared to last lap.
Yeah, these guys are definitely more spread out. Scar Logan into fourth there as he gets past F1 Richie. And no answer there from the Ferrari. He has to defend from the McLaren in the back there, Craigo. Both McLarens involved in some pretty intense on-track battles right now.
Coming around to 4 to go at the line. Gap catastrophic to Marvaco is about 5/10. Going to get DRS, but again, so will Hazen. Catastropic's going to want to get a good exit to the final corner. On the power as early as you can. Like okay.
He's gaining, but he's not gaining enough.
Yep.
In Marvaco though, he's pushing very hard. He's starting to run low on the ERS, and Catastrophic has the advantage there.
Let me pull up and see the ERS. Yeah. They're both hovering around 10%, 15% Catastrophic.
Oh, there goes Hazen.
Oh, he's fighting back, but look at Catastrophic. He got it right back. And then
elbows out there for all of these drivers. Catastrophic having a moment there as he drops out of DRS range of Marvaco. This might be what Marvaco needed the most here.
When he uses overtake, I think he's sitting up right now with Hazen.
Catastropic's catching up just a little bit here.
Hazen was not able to get close enough. I thought for sure he had the close enough gap, but no, not this time. Coming to 3 to go at the line. And that one small mistake from Catastrophic. Yeah, he was able to get it back, but now out of DRS range, time's running out for him.
Yeah, 3 laps to go here as they cross the line. And Catastrophic is starting to drop back. Marvaco might get his 3rd win here. Of course, penalties can come and affect this, and I do have to say I've seen Marvaco's name more times than I've seen Catastrophic's.
Yep, I have too. And I've seen Hazen's name more often than Catastrophic as well. This could get really interesting. Just only 2 to go at the line. After a whole nother lap.
Yeah, I'm surprised with so few laps to go after the practice sessions we've had here, haven't seen any disqualifications due to too many time penalties.
Yeah, good on them too. They've been practicing a lot, and obviously practice is making perfect. No one, as you mentioned, disqualified because of penalties. I think, not sure what the maximum allowed is, but couldn't doubt too much that some of them are getting a little bit close, and now Hazen is that much closer. The DRS opens.
Oh, there he goes. Hazen down the inside, but Catastrophic able to outbrake him, and Hazen not able to get the move done. Now here's where it gets a little bit complicated for Catastrophic, is that Marvaco's almost out of a 3-second gap in front of him, which means Marvaco basically, if he can get that 3-second gap, has a free penalty basically, that he can get more than Catastrophic before the order flips. So if let's say Catastrophic right now is sitting on 2 penalties, Marvaco has 3, assuming, I don't know the actual numbers right now. If Marvaco can get that gap above 3 seconds, he might be able to conserve his win.
Yeah, and I think Catastrophic's tires are starting to hit the cliff. He had a bit of a tailspin almost coming out of the final turn.
Yeah. I mean, they are 10 laps old here. He is very much stretching how long soft tires can last. But another one that this may affect indirectly, Scar Logan, who's not that far behind.
Yeah, the gap was around 4.5 seconds a couple laps ago. Not nearly a second off of that, now more. But it's going to be 1 to go at the line. It's, penalties are going to play a huge part. As always, as Stunek, little silver lining on the day for him. He gets the fastest lap for now. He did pit with that intention. Aiden's still not close enough to get past Catastrophic.
Yeah.
I've got to say, he's been doing a great job defending the McLaren. It really caught me by surprise how well he defended the second place.
Yeah, Aizen just not able to catch up. I guess the mediums tires still not having a grip advantage over the softs here, even late in the race, or maybe just it might be a thing of setup more than anything.
Quickly before this last lap starts, I think penalties are going to be huge because everybody 1 through 9 is not that far apart from each other. So even just a penalty difference could play a huge.
Yeah, it could drop you quite a few places.
Still, he's got to save his ERS, I think, for the back straightaways, only at 8%. Still not close enough. And to speak to the point even more, Aiden should be sailing past him, in my opinion.
He's not. He's stuck behind Catastrophic, and I mean, it does show a little bit how dirty air affects these drivers here. It also shows just maybe how much pace Catastrophic still has in those soft tires.
Carlos cut off another 5 tenths to Aizen. I don't think there's going to be enough time.
He is going to be able to get within 3 seconds, I believe. I don't think he's going to be able to get past or close.
But Aizen's a little bit closer than previous laps to Catastrophic. Is there going to be a lunge on the final lap? Catastrophic defends.
And, yeah, Catastrophic placing his car beautifully there, not even giving Aizen the opportunity to make a move.
Absolutely nowhere to go. All paths were blocked off.
And Mivako getting that 3-second gap that he wanted.
He's just got to hold on to it, though. It's hovering around the 3-second mark. Catastrophic. A push now coming around to the final couple corners for Mivako.
And coming around turn 20 here, it's Mivako in the Alfa Romeo picking up his 3rd win on track so far this season. But is Catastrophic going to pass him on penalties? He is! And Catastrophic is going to take the win of the US Grand Prix on penalties. And it looks like Mivako dropping down to 2nd, Scarlogan 5th, the Deck 6th, Hartman 7th, Craigo 8th, Chilmo 9th, and then crossing the line shortly, maybe not as quickly as he was hoping. Fallen Monkeys losing it there, but that's going to let Astunik get by, pick up 10th after what is definitely a race he wanted to forget. I know he hates this track so much, and I'm sure he's going to be very happy that this one is done.
What a shocker, though. This has got to be the performance. Even with 10 laps to go, or maybe a little bit more than that, I did not see this one coming. A huge upset. Well done to Catastrophic. First career ISRL win in Tier 3.
Yeah, first career ISRL win in general. He gets driver of the day in game to boot. He might just be up for the driver of the week honors league wide too, with that kind of performance. And this is the first time we're going to see Catastrophic standing on the top step of that podium.
He's definitely got my vote so far. I got to wait to see what else happens. But I mean, what a race from Catastrophic.
Yeah, 2 more races today. We are going to have to see what happens, but what a performance.
And there's Mivako and Aizen joining him. Well done to all 3 of those drivers and to everyone. And there are the penalties. Did Catastrophic not pick up a single penalty?
It does look that way, and if so, then he absolutely deserves that win.
And his teammate too, from 14th all the way up to 6th. That's got to be the best finish of the year, of the short season so far for the deck. So yeah. Racing Point with a huge day.
Great race from the Racing Points here. Down the order, of course, we had a disqualification and a couple retirements, meaning Fallen Monkeys in 11th is our final finisher. Nadav, of course, leaving early in the race there. His AI finishing, so he will be disqualified from that session. But yeah, this was quite the race. Mivako joining the party. He knows what's up. He knows we're about to invite him. He's here every week this time. And let's get Catastrophic and Aizen in here if that's possible. You'll take care of that. Perfect. Mivako, welcome back to
Thank you.
the post-race interviews. 4 races, 4 podiums, 3 wins. Are you happy with how the season is going so far for you?
I think it's only 2 wins.
Did you get 2?
I got 2.
At the start, yeah. Oh yeah,
Austria and
sorry.
France.
Well, on track, you won today.
Yes.
Of course, not after the penalties. Not the case. Are you going to appeal any of those, or?
No, it was fair play. I just extended track limits at a couple of times in the corner, but I don't gonna let them destroy my race. But congrats to Catastrophic for picking up none of the penalties. Really strong from him.
Yeah, you were leading for most of that race there. What was the thought process behind not pitting under that last safety car?
I felt my hearts were really fast and quite okay, but if I pit I have the same soft, but they gonna at the end of the race they wanna be as fast as my heart. So I just drive as fast as possible, and the hearts were really good in a way that it's P2 that I finished P2.
Yeah, no, that was an excellent race for you. It's obviously it's a shame that the win was in reach there, but Catastrophic just keeping it a little bit cleaner, I guess. But regardless of that, that was absolutely a great win for you, for the Alfa Romeo team. You're definitely a clear first in the championship right now. What is your thought process going into the next races to try to keep that lead?
Like today, there was a close battle. The last 10 laps, there was a fight between me and 5 other cars. So I have quite a pace, but not enough pace to say now I am champion. So it's really just keeping race per race and getting better and better and scoring these podiums.
Yeah,
and the points.
Absolutely. But anyway, great race. Thank you for joining in there for the questions. Yeah, we'll see you on track next week. Catastrophic, how are you doing? Yeah. No penalties for you. One of the only drivers on the grid to get no penalties. Is there a lot of practice involved, or you're just good at this track? Yeah, wait. I'll translate, don't worry. Yeah. So yeah, Catastrophic saying that it was very important for him to stay away from the curbs, not taking any penalties, and focusing very hard not to go too wide there, because he knew that penalties were going to play a big role in today's race, and trying to make the tires last. And it looks like it worked with his first win in ISRL. Where do you look like for the rest of the season here? Is there any other tracks that you think you might be able to win at? Yes, saying unsure if he's going to be winning at any of the other races, but that was a great race for you today. It gets you way up in the standings there, so that's a good look, a good jump start to the rest of your season. Yeah, great race there. Aizen, are you in here? I do hear you, yeah. So Aizen, how was that race for you? You were near the front most of the time. Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately, I guess not being able to do like catastrophic and jump up positions because of the penalties, but podium is still an excellent result for you, and it should give you a nice boost in the championship. Yeah, it fell apart, or not fell apart, but fell in place for you. It fell apart for some other guys, that's for sure, but you were there to make the most of it. And that battle with Catastrophic at the end was giving us a lot of entertainment. Do you think you maybe would have been able to get past him with just another lap or two? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's probably a good call there. It gets you your first podium of the year. Great race from all the drivers. Thank you for joining in the interview. I don't know if Carter, you had anything to say here real quick before we go offline.
I think we just all found the strategy, though. Just smooth and steady. One catastrophic the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't go wide. Don't crash. You're going to be okay. But yeah, thank you guys for all joining. We have Tier 2 starting in 15 minutes. The lobby's just getting started right now, actually. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back online in no time. And thank you to everybody who tuned into the race today. Big congrats to all the podium finishers. Big congrats to Catastrophic on his first ISRL win. And we will see you guys very, very shortly. Thank you.